The men of our generation are constantly stimulated. They wake up to an alarm and then instantly check their phones. After an hour of scrolling, they get up and take a shower, music playing. They eat their meals with a YouTube video on. Everywhere they walk, they do it to a soundtrack. They even watch Netflix while they're trying to fall asleep. But the men of our tribe are different. We look to the great men of our ages, to the Tibetan monks, to the thinkers of ancient Greece, to Marcus Aurelius, and we ask ourselves, was this man's mind constantly stimulated? This temple of solitude, this great library of ideas. Was he watching Netflix while he was eating his food? Did he scroll TikTok the second he woke up? Once we come to the conclusion that no, he did not, we decide that we will not either. Which one do you want to be, bro? The passive consumer or the creator with a mind full of beautiful ideas? If you can watch this video with no distractions, not checking the suggested videos or going down to the comments, then I can teach you how to incorporate boredom into your life, how you can unlock the most powerful tool. I want you to be a bit introspective here, right? And ask yourself, when was the last time you had real solitude? When was the last time you didn't have a video playing? When was the last time you didn't check your phone every 5 or 10 minutes to see what was on there? When was the last time you weren't listening to music? On top of that though, bro, when was the last time you were just unreachable? Like maybe you're a bit further on in your self-improvement journey and you've deleted TikTok and Instagram and you don't watch YouTube much anymore. But still, you've constantly got your phone on you. There is constantly the opportunity to be distracted. Someone could call you or text you, a notification could ping up. It's like having a time bomb in your pocket that any second it could go off and instantly your focus will be ripped away from the task at hand. So you need to reincorporate solitude and in a way boredom into your life. I mean, think about it. All the great ideas of our generations, the ancient Greeks, Marcus Aurelius like we talked about, the inventors of today, none of them had this much distraction. They lived their lives in solitude. No one came up with a great idea while scrolling through TikTok on their phone or watching a Netflix video. And boredom is such a powerful tool. It was something I discovered a few years back, like quite early on into my self-improvement journey, but it changed so much. It was the realization that people procrastinate. They put hard things to the side because they have the option of doing easy things. Because you have the option of watching Netflix and just scrolling through TikTok for hours, you don't really need to do the hard stuff. So try it next time, bro. That's all I'm asking you to do, yeah? Next time you have something hard you need to do, maybe your homework, don't do it right away. I'm not even saying that. But just sit there. Turn off your computer and turn off your phone and just sit there. You don't have to do the work right now. I'm not saying that, bro. So don't let your fucking lizard brain be all afraid. I'm just saying sit. You don't even have to do it. Procrastinate with just your free time. But sit there and notice how quickly you will be so fucking bored that your work will seem like the most stimulating thing in the world. If you sit there with absolutely nothing, your homework becomes one of the most interesting things in existence. Boredom is one of the most powerful tools, bro. The most successful men of our generation live very boring lives. They won't constantly be on Netflix or watching porn or scrolling through TikTok. But as a result, they are 1,000 times more productive than the average man. So you need to bring boredom back into your life. And the easiest way to do this is by dopamine fasting or detoxing, but I like to call it fasting. Basically, I came up with this when I was younger. But I'd kind of say to myself, okay, I'm allowed to watch YouTube, I'm allowed to watch Netflix, I'm not cutting them out completely. But I can only do it at a certain time. So back in the day, I used to say after 11 p.m, which in hindsight was a pretty shit idea because it would fuck my sleep and shit. But choose a time. Say 6 to 8 p.m. is probably the best time for everyone. You can watch a video while you're eating dinner, but not much else. Watch a couple of Netflix episodes, whatever. 6 to 8 p.m. Set that as your time. You can watch all the Netflix you want, all the TikTok you want, all the Instagram you want. You're not cutting it out. But just outside of those hours, you can't touch any of it. Also, routines on your phone are a big one. And I wish I had this when I first started this journey, but go onto your phone, and most phones have them now. They're called routines. So go into the settings, go to routines, and set a mode. I set work mode and set it to start at 6 a.m. or whenever you wake up. I wake up at 6:30, so I start it at 6 a.m. so it's half an hour before I get up, and make it end at 5 p.m, 6 p.m. Make it end at 6 p.m. and put it on Do Not Disturb. And basically what this will do is it will mean that when you wake up in the morning, your screen won't be full of notifications. It's just that one extra step that will stop you from instantly scrolling on your phone, instantly consuming as the first thing you do in the mornings. And the thing is it isn't hard, bro. I'm not telling you to cut out Netflix or YouTube completely. I'm just saying only do it during those time slots that you've selected, between 6 and 8 p.m. Then you can watch whatever the fuck you want, bro. But outside of those times, watch nothing. This will change your life, bro. If you can incorporate this properly, it is crazy. Like this is one of like the 3 things that changed my life the most, next to like going to the gym and nofap. And it'll be hard at first, bro. Like you don't understand what they mean by saying dying of boredom until you've tried this. But honestly, I think it's better that you spend 6 hours staring at a wall on your first few days than you do staring at a screen. And soon profound things will start to happen. You'll start coming up with ideas of things you want to do, of like things you want to create. Because your brain, for the first time since like you were a child, has been given the opportunity and the freedom to think without being distracted and stimulated. Think back to when you were a kid, bro. And if you're like a similar age to me, you probably grew up at a time when there wasn't really much to do. There wasn't Netflix, there wasn't YouTube. Basically what I had to do was like, I could occasionally turn on CBBC and like, if the right episode of Arthur or fucking like Wolf Blood was on, I'd be able to watch it. But if not, there was nothing. I'd have to just sit there and play. I'd have to create my own games. And that's because the brain avoids boredom naturally. When it is given the opportunity of like either sitting there and doing nothing or finding something to do, it will always seek to find stimulation. The brain is designed to find stimulation. And so when you give it boredom, it creates ideas. When you say you can't do these things, it finds other ways to stimulate itself, things that are more productive. You're treating your brain like an iPad kid, bro. You're basically saying like, this kid is so fucking annoying, man. He doesn't shut the fuck up. So just plonk an iPad down in front of him. That's what you're doing with yourself. And when you embrace boredom truly, when you embrace that mind-numbing boredom, profound things start to happen. And trust me, when you incorporate boredom, you just start to do more things. Because if you don't have the option of doing easy stuff, your brain pushes you towards doing harder things, but that's still stimulating. It'll force you to do your work, go on like a fucking run, go and exercise, write in your journal, read a book. There are so many things that it will force you to do because it wants stimulation. So incorporate boredom into your life, bro. Choose a slot, and I say 6 to 8 p.m, over dinner time, whatever. And that is the only time where you can watch Instagram, Netflix, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Outside of those times, nothing. Just do that and watch how your life changes. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Leave a like and a comment. You'll find those right below the subscribe button. And join the Discord. It is a channel I've made full of men just like yourself, completely for free, where you can come and talk to us about your self-improvement journey, about your struggles. Also, recently I've started doing video calls. So back in the description, there is a link for an application form. Fill that in, your preferred date and time, and book yourself in for a free one-to-one, fully confidential call with me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Manifest excellence. Goodbye.